When it comes to double negation, I'm reminded of the colloquial expression, we don't need no education. Think about what that is literally saying. It's ironic, isn't it? Let me write this down. We don't need no education. Essentially, the don't and the no cancel out each other. So literally, in the most literal sense possible when interpreting the statement, it says we do need education. Symbolically, we might say that not P is logically equivalent to P, where those 3 bars means logically equivalent to. So not P is logically equivalent to P. Likewise, P is logically equivalent to not P. Say we have the atomic sentence P. That is, P is the case. If we negate it, we get not P. In other words, P is not the case. And obviously, P and not P contradict each other. They deny each other. But if we deny not P, then we would have not P. In other words, it's not the case that P is not the case. And if we think about the content behind it is not the case that P is not the case, this is really the same thing as P is the case. So P and not P are logically equivalent. We might also think that if we have P, we deny P, and then we deny not P, that the new denial cancels out the previous denial. So we're really back at P. In an argument, if we have the premise P, we can immediately infer not P. For example, I like logic. Thus, it's not the case that I don't like logic. Even though heated debates can cloud our judgment, we still nevertheless have a basic intuition about logic. And we can see that this is good logic, it's valid logic, it's kind of like grammar. For example, in the sense that we all have an intuition for what's grammatically correct and incorrect. This is true even though we might not be able to explicate why exactly a given sentence is grammatically flawed, but we can spot it as flawed almost right away. Not in all cases, but in many. And the same holds true, at least to a certain extent, for logic. Here's a couple of examples, because you will have to resort to double negation sometimes. For example, let's say we're given the first premise, if P, then not Q. Second premise, Q. What can we infer from that? Well, clearly notice that Q and not Q contradict each other. Not Q negates Q. So we should be able to do some kind of modus tollens inference, but we have to explicitly deny not Q. And the only way to do that is if we have not Q, and we can get that by the double negation of line 2. And so for line 3, let's get not Q by the double negation of line 2. So we have this not Q, and then we are denying it. And so we can deny this consequent, and a consequent is necessary for the antecedent in a conditional. So we can deny this to thereby deny that antecedent. Line 4, therefore, not P by modus tollens with lines 1 and 3. Or say we have this argument. First premise, if not P, then Q. Second premise, not Q. What can we get from that? Well, not Q denies that consequent, so we can deny this antecedent. So what's the negation of not P? It's not P. So for line 3, we can get not P by modus tollens with lines 1 and 2. And not P is logically equivalent to P. And so for line 4, therefore P by double negation of line 3.